In this video, I'll guide you through how to layer multiple audio tracks on the timeline so they play together in your project. We'll go step by step, starting from the edit page and ending with your clips balanced and sounding polished. Even if you're new to this, don't worry, I'll keep things clear and straightforward as we go. First, make sure you're on the edit page of your editing software. This is usually the main workspace where you see your video and audio clips laid out on a timeline at the bottom of the screen. If you're in a different page or panel, switch over to the edit page now so your timeline and track headers are visible. On the left side of the timeline, you'll see the track headers, which are labeled something like A1, A2, and so on. These labels stand for audio track 1, audio track 2, and they're the areas where you can manage each individual audio layer. To add a new audio track, move your mouse over the track header area and right-click. This right-click opens a small menu of options specifically for that section of the timeline. From that menu, choose Add Track and then select Add Audio Track. When you do this, the timeline will create a new empty audio track below your existing ones. You should now see an additional track labeled, for example, A2 or A3, depending on how many you already had. This new track is where you'll place your second audio clip so you can layer sounds on top of each other. Next, drag your first audio clip onto the A1 track. Click on the clip in your media pool or source area, hold down the mouse button and drag it down into the timeline. Drop it directly onto A1 at the point where you want the audio to start. This might be background music, a voiceover, or any primary audio element you want to use as your base layer. Now take your second audio clip and drag it onto A2, or a higher audio track if you already use A2 for something else. Again, click and drag from your media area and drop the clip on the new track you just created. Try to line it up in time with the first clip so they overlap where you want them to play together. Once both clips are on the timeline, you'll see them stacked vertically, one on top of the other, but sharing the same time range. When you play back your timeline, both tracks will now play at the same time, layered together. This is how you combine things like music and dialogue, or sound effects and ambient sound. If it sounds too loud or messy at first, that's completely normal. The key is to refine the balance between the tracks. To do that, head over to the mixer panel. This is usually found on the right or at the bottom of the interface and shows each audio track as a separate channel with its own controls. Here, you can adjust each track's volume so one doesn't overpower the other, lower your music track slightly if it's covering the voice, or raise a sound effect if it's too subtle. You can also adjust the pan for each track, which moves the sound more toward the left or right speaker, giving your mix more space and clarity. And if you like, you can add effects independently to each track, such as EQ for cleaner voice, or reverb for a more spacious feel. Because each track is separate in the mixer, you have full control over how they blend. Once you're happy with the balance, play through your timeline a few more times and make small tweaks as needed.